Let me show you how to make a magnet with fabric. All right, first you will need this acrylic template, these buttons. I will show you what it looks like to order online. It comes with these most of the time, and you'll need fabric. You'll use this acrylic piece to cut out the fabric size that you need. Take this button piece and push it through. Now you can pull on the fabric to adjust and make sure that it's centered how you want. You take the rubber piece and you push that button into it. Now that's going to hold it all in place. Now you're going to take the back and you want to make sure that all of the edges are folded in, and you want to slide it over and then push. Now you take this blue piece and put it on the back and you push hard until you feel it pop, and then that is it for this piece. Now all you have to do is attach a magnet, and there you have a magnet. I'll show you this again, and I'll also show you what it looks like with a knit fabric. The first one I did with woven, cotton woven, and I want to show you what happens with knit fabric, so that way you don't waste any materials and you can just make your own opinion. So here I'm taking cotton lycra, and I am doing the same thing as the other that I made, but it does not turn out the same. When I push the fabric through the acrylic template with the button piece, it looks okay, but when you put it into the silicone piece, it distorts it, it overstretches it, and it looks bad. So you can still make it work. It's just using that rubber piece, it is not a good idea. So if you just are careful and you just manually do it with your hand and hold all those pieces inwards, you can make it work. Now it still stretches it a little bit and will warp the image a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. Here, you can see it here. And then again, you just want to take a magnet, a really strong magnet. I'll also show you which ones I use. And you'll take E6000 glue, as it's really strong, it's not going to come off, and you're going to want it to let it dry. Be careful that you put the magnet on in the correct direction, so that way it sticks to your fridge or whatever magnetic item you want it to. So I'm just going to do a couple more examples of doing it so you can really get a good idea of it, and then we'll move on. Okay, so let's talk about magnets real quick. The strength is really important, but also so is the thickness. It needs to come out and pass the lip of the button that you make with the fabric, so that way it can magnetize properly to whatever you want it to stick to. This is a really good scrap buster, so if you have those extra scraps, use them. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about, having it out through the lip. This one is a really thin magnet I attached, and here's the thicker magnet I attached. Let me show you why I always have the thicker magnets. So here you can see everything's glued, everything works great. So let me show you another way to use these. Ta-da, bracelets. So these are great. People love them at events because they buy a bunch of magnets and they can switch out whatever they feel like wearing that day. My magnets are super strong. I've never had a complaint about them, and they're so fast to make. And so here you see, just change them out. And here I also applied a button and glued it to a retractable lanyard. And lastly, let's see how strong these magnets are. I am going to stick it here and put these thread snips on. Here you go. You can get these button kits on Amazon or Joann's in different sizes. I will put the links to these and the magnets in the description.